The one you love sits across from you at breakfast. Maybe it's your sister, or your father, or the one who holds you closer than any other person. Between you is the coffee, or your cell phone, or the Atlantic Ocean, or a pillow covered in your mother's tears, or your self-esteem again. He says, calm down. You feel the truth claw its way out of your throat. Pass the butter, you say, used to the part where everyone asks how you are and you say okay and they believe it. Your survivor's guilt makes you apologetic. I talk a lot, sorry. I think too fast, sorry. I count the exits in a room as quickly as I count the exits in a conversation, sorry. You try to control it. But that morning, anxiety ties your lover to the bed and says, let's play. She brings all her friends, the trembling legs, the sweaty palms, the indoor voice, your relationship. You've only officially been awake for 15 minutes and you've already imagined every scenario of things that could go wrong on this day. There are still 20 minutes left until your alarm rings, so you imagine everything that will go wrong tomorrow. Then it rings. When he smiles, the war packs her things and says, I'm leaving. The ceiling isn't inches from your face. The walls stop closing in, and you're back in Paris under that starless sky. You think about kissing him, but the imam walks in, dangling salvation from the tip of his prayer beads, saying things about how God speaks softly and carries a big stick as if his sermons weren't phallic enough already. Then your mom brings eternal damnation into the picture, and the temperature rises. You're not sure if it's you're not sure if it's his eyes or hell. Heaven, hell, and adolescent hormones are picking you apart in that order. You feel like a lie in that red dress, but you kiss him anyway. And for a moment, you can breathe without a ticking time bomb on your oxygen tank. You recognize the irony of a Muslim with a bomb metaphor and pray to God the CIA can't hear your thoughts. The city falls away around you. The night air feels like a summer harvest. The CIA, the imam, and your mother convene in the corner. The Bible starts looking at you funny. You kiss him again and think this must be how the Atlantic feels when she tastes the Pacific on a breath of wind. But fear clamps down on your throat. So he says it first, too soon and too quickly. You listen anyway. Bite down that thing you read somewhere about how those who love first are the first to go. When he looks at you, forget everything. Spend the next eternity making up for not saying it first. Carry him the way the Nile carries Lake Victoria. Hold him the way a traveler hangs on to the North Star. Love him the way the Dead Sea loves Mount Everest, how they envelop the peaks and troghs of this planet. Let his best days sink into your worst days into his best, and make home of this. Every rain, every drop of water, every body of land makes you think of him, and you're both from the desert. So you can't help but think you've spent your entire life at his mercy. When he leaves you, it doesn't stop raining. You're left drenched in the desert, something you prayed for, but with nothing to save the water. You start to wonder if the continents ever call for each other on the cold nights, or if Venus ever reaches for Saturn, or if the moon ever wants to come home. I tried to forget you, sunk all your memories in the river, but the waves keep tossing them back. I want to believe that I'll see you again, but we don't live long where I'm from. Venus is weeping in my arms. The hardest part about watching you leave is that you can. Anxiety ties you to the bed. The war unpacks her things.